Okay, start recording, and we're off. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Zelda stream. It's been well, it really hasn't been that long since I last streamed, but boy does it feel like a while, because I came down with, in order, a cold, a certain pandemic disease, and an ear infection, in that order, within the same weekend. I got the cold at the start of last week, and then at the end of the week I got the other two. And oh my god, I missed all the Christmas celebrations, and I'm so bummed about that. But also, I couldn't stream well. I had to do my Silent Night stream for Christmas, where I didn't say anything because my voice was destroyed. Somehow I accidentally mislabeled it as another Zelda stream, even though I did type in Silent Night stream and everything. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, it's been a rough week. I technically still have some stuff going on, so I don't know how well my voice will do. And I've still got a mild cough now and then, but I think it's mostly just dealing with getting everything out of me at this point, because I am feeling a lot better. I almost didn't feel like doing this stream tonight. I'm like, oh man, it's gotten so late in the night. Maybe I should wait one more day. But I'm like, no, I wanna do this for New Year's, and I'm probably not gonna get the chance tomorrow because I'll be hanging out with family finally. So, yeah, let's get back into Zelda to celebrate the end of the year. And my controller is not doing anything. Why? Why, controller? You're supposed to be playing the Zelda game. Don't give me technical difficulties right at the beginning, please. Has it been too long? Oh, there we go. Alright, we're good. Cool. Let's see if I can remember what I was up to and what I need to do. I got the L2 sword last time. Cool. At least I think that was last time. I think I did a short stream where that was my goal. I guess we're right next to the Maka tree. We can go talk to her to remember where to go next. I know what dungeon is next. I am very happy to see you, but please hurry up and save Nehru. Oh yeah, we need to go to the palace. This was one of my favorite parts of the game as a kid, because they tease Queen Ambi in her palace way early on. But this is the first time you get to actually go in there and check the place out, and it's so brightly colored in there. Link, don't startle me! You also heard the guard on the palace was down and came to save Nehru. Oh, that was a question. If anyone's gonna save her, it's me. I won't let you beat me to it. But it's no good entering from the front door. I know, there should be a hidden entrance in the palace garden. I'll sneak in through there. What? Why do I know about the hidden passage on my first trip here? Never mind. I'm coming, Nehru. Let's take that off. Oh, the bright, beautiful colors! Immediately! Oh, I love it. It almost looks like candy. But as he said, we can't just go through the front door. What happens if we do? We just get thrown out. You can't come in without permission! Okay. Become an immediate kingdom what? I was gonna make a joke about ruining the Queen's flower garden. But, yeah, I got it. I also found her treasure trove, apparently. Her hidden life savings. Oh, yeah, so here's the... Man, I went to say alright and oh yeah at the same time, and that just went weird. So here's the secret passage. It's a little bit obvious. This setup might be familiar to Zelda veterans who have played Ocarina of Time in particular, and I'm just gonna waltz right on past these dudes. Little kid me was a little bit bummed I didn't get to fight these guys. Half the joy I got out of A Link to the Past back in the day was... Whoops. I was too focused on talking. Half the joy I got from playing A Link to the Past, back when I finally got my hands on the Game Boy version, was being able to fight the corrupted palace guards. So I'm like, how do you have a game about medieval might and magic and not let you fight some knights? I guess we don't have to hit it again. Oh! Wow, he saw that. Okay. Making a fool of myself right at the beginning. What a great opening to my first stream after being sick. Oh, shoot! I forgot about that. Can we warp back in here in the future? I don't think we can. That'd be neat, though. Man, imagine getting hired as one of the Queen's Royal Knights and being told, alright, patrol this bush. Whoop! Also, I love the music here. It sounds so royal and fancy. Whoop! What was that weird noise I just made? Oh, okay! Just... I thought he was gonna go the other way! Kinda can't believe that worked out the way it did when the other guy spotted me so easily. So that tells us that knight on the bottom right there is the most vigilant one of the bunch. Anyway, moving on. This is the only time in the entire game that you will see this particular stair sprite. I don't know why they made a special one here. Maybe just because it's a secret entrance? Oh yeah, we have the mermaid tail now, so controls are a little different. I just tap the direction to move, and the more I tap it, the faster I go. Why there are whirlpools under the palace? I don't know, but... Alright, so I guess there's two of that staircase. My bad. Pretty pinks and greens. Why is that there? I don't know, and I guess we never will. We're just not gonna notice the guy just casually walking out of the castle that shouldn't be there. Whoop! Hey, buddy. You know you want to steal those cookies off the shelf. I am your shoulder devil. You should go do it. That is the dumbest joke you'll see me make tonight. What's up here? Ooh, fairies. Queen has her own personal fairy garden. Cool. I'm getting a knock at my door. Hold on. Yes? Zelda Sheik says if he's already in, then he obviously has permission, right? Yeah, sadly that's how it goes for a lot of not-so-stealthy break-ins. So you get people that think like that. Oh yeah, if they spot me, now they do attack me. But I don't get to defeat them, they just run off. And that guy up there is... He's so shocked to see someone make it this far into the palace that he's having a bit of a cognitive issue, it seems. And now I got a text message. Okay. And up the stairs. And of course, we could have gone to the right as well. Both directions would lead us up here. Oh, jeez. I used to be much better at this. I used to be able to get through here without being spotted at all. But I'm not as familiar with their patterns as I used to be. Not that I need to be. I thought I could come up from the other direction, maybe not. This is our only chance to explore the palace in the whole game, if I recall. Screw it, let's go back, just for fun. Alright, flawless. Going to the other side. What have we over here? Oh, there's a chest. I'm glad I came this way. Oh. They're gonna run off to tell, I don't know, Queen Ambi maybe. Got a ring! Worth it. Maybe. And some of you might be thinking, oh, push the block. You can't get in there. I've tried. There is nothing. It's purely for decoration. Okay, so that's how to... Whoop! Never mind! I was gonna say, that's how to get over here unspotted. Wow, he went actually a little off course. And he stopped there. And there we go! Did it. Let's heal back up a little bit if we can. What did I pick up? I totally missed that something dropped there. Alright. Link! I am amazed you have come so far. Wait! Do you mean to turn your sword on me? Ha 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 ha! If you want to hurt Nehru, then go right ahead. I'm gonna need this. Oh, wait a minute. Right, I'm gonna need to do some menu juggling here. Whoop! Dang it, I screwed that up. Yeah, the reason she wanted the seeds was because she's weak to them. Not bad, but as long as I am in Nehru's body, you cannot harm me, which means I'm invincible. Oh gosh, dang it. And now we just repeat that process. Oh gosh, that hurts a ton! Oh yeah, I forgot I had that one ring on. Shoot. Alright, we came plenty far with that ring turned on. But I think I'm gonna turn it off going forward. It's giving me too much trouble now. And it's not really worth it. There's no reward for playing with it on. Just an extra challenge for the heck of it. Hey, Saren! Nice to see you in here. And just having 2 people to talk to might make this the most talkative stream. Well, the most chat interactive Zelda stream I've done so far. How's it going today? Going okay. I spent most of the day helping my sister and brother-in-law unpack at their new house. Well, put that in air quotes. I intended to just go over and help them unload stuff from the truck. I wasn't expecting to spend very long there, but I went with my dad, and my parents decided to stay for several hours, so I kind of just... And for some reason, I was really cold in their house. Their house is more spacious than the one I live in, so despite having supposedly the same temperature, it felt way colder over there, so I just spent most of the day being cold in a barely finished house. Anyway, moving back on. Oh, and we start right up into things. I used to be able to do this pretty unscathed as well. Fun, you had a late Christmas at your dad's today, and now you're at your brother's for the night. Cool! I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do tomorrow to make up for all the stuff I missed. If you could stop smacking me, Veron, that'd be nice. Not bad at all. Just wait until next time. Oh, that was it. Alright. I thought there was a few more rounds to that. What is this commotion? Link? Where are we? Are you truly Nehru? You seem different. You seem nice. Ha 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 ha! The Queen comes with impeccable timing! Gosh, it feels good to be able to speak normally again. Ha! The body of a queen suits me just fine. Do you know what I'm going to do now? Let me tell you! Meet the petrified ones! I shall catch them all! I don't know what she was talking about. What a weird phrasing. Once again, weird phrasing coming from this game. I'm assuming that's Ralph shouting for Nehru? Yes, it is. Is it you? Is it really Nehru? Ralph! I'm sorry to make you worry. I'm fine now. Let us return to our own age. Hey, what are you doing? Catch them now! Little kid me thought the petrified ones were supposed to be the soldiers. Now I have no idea what she was talking about. Thank you, Link. You safely pried me from Veron's grip. Now all the strange things that happen in the land should return to normal. Stone Kid is back. You like the tree's cute little face? Yeah, the Maku tree is kind of adorable. If a little creepy. Creepy in that she's obsessed with marrying Link. But Link, Veron's still in the past, right? If she is, then can't she still create an age of darkness that would continue to the present? Sorry, Link. I was the one running around while you did the saving. But know this. I'll be the one to stop Veron. I won't leave the people of the past to her evil deeds. Forgetting about Veron now would be foolish. If we do, she'll just come for Nehru again. Ralph, just like you said, I'll help in what little way I can. Link, you have the Harp of Ages. I want you to keep it for now. I'm sure it will continue to aid you. Now let me teach you the last tune, which will unlock the true power of the Harp of Ages, and the best gosh dang tune in the game. Also, I cannot tell if it's Nehru or the tree talking in any of these, so forgive me for possible voice confusion. Such a delightful tune, too. You learn the Tune of Time! Hey, that symbol looks familiar, doesn't it? Play it to move back and forth between past and present. Choose it when you use the harp. Oh, excuse me. Link, you fool! Oh! And because I'm not playing a mode with secrets involved, you're not going to see this character later, as far as I recall. As we guessed, saving Nehru was for naught. Ambi's age is filled with cries of sorrow. Veron has extended the Dark Realm's reach, giving us what we seek. Echoing cries of sorrow. Spread darkness, spread sorrow. Who the heck was that? Right? What was that? I can't take this. Link, I'm going back to Ambi's age first. May fate bring us back together. Bye! Oh, that was frickin'... That was Ralph, alright. There's little else I can do, so I'll return home for now. Stop by anytime. What's going on? What does it mean if they're behind Veron's deeds? Perks right up! Link, the next essence... That's weird. An essence is echoing from inside a fish! Does that sound familiar to anyone? Especially relating to this symbol here, which we will never have to turn off now. What have we got on top of the tree? Also, Zelda Chic said, that does seem to be a theme in these games, Link accidentally proposing. Except in this case, the tree got into her head that Link proposed. Link didn't say anything. He saved the tree's life, and that was it. She got it into her head that she said, in the future, I will marry you. And then you come to the future, or aka the present day, and she goes, hey, remember when you promised to marry me? And it's like, no, I don't. There are fairies up here. Right? Are these all just seed farms? Pretty sure one of them's a fairy. Yeah, here we go. Might as well do this while we're here. I should probably talk a little calmer. My voice is... Whoops. My voice is still a little bit... Just a teeny little bit croaky. By the way, what does the title of this video say? Because I'm wondering if I forgot to actually hit done after typing in the details again. It should say, pre-New Year's Zelda stream. Okay, it does say it. Alright, I did. Cool. I'm a little annoyed at how many of my videos have ended up with the wrong titles. And now I'm gonna take that off, just so I don't accidentally start teleporting around. That's a praise. Oh my gosh, I got so many rings since the last time I was here. Ring appraisal. Marathon. The armor ring, damage taken and dealt both down. Toss ring, throwing distance goes up. Whispering, no effect from jinxes. So I will not... So my sword will not be... jinxed. I might take that with me. I need a drink. Give me a second. Another toss ring. You have this one already, so he'll buy it for 30. Fist ring. Punch when not equipped. So there are two rings that do that. The other one is red. And when I was a little kid, I couldn't figure out how to beat the 8th dungeon boss. He, for some reason, convinced me I needed the red punching ring. And for some reason, I was able to get basically every ring in the game but that one. Eventually, I found out he was lying through his teeth, which I never understood, because until that point, he'd been really helpful on helping me figure out how to beat these games. I see! I call this the GBA Time Ring. Life Advanced. It does nothing, and I believe the only way to get it is by playing on a Game Boy Advance, which I have changed this to do. I don't remember if I mentioned it in a past video. I figured out how to set this game up, so it's running on a GBA emulator now. And I was able to go to the GBA shop in the past and buy all their stuff, which I think everything was worth 100 rupees. And I think it was just a bunch of rings and a gacha nut or something like that. Wasn't much worthwhile. Peace ring, no explosion of holding bomb. That one is nice, but also it prevents you from cooking the bomb if you need to cook it, so... yeah, there's that a little issue. The gold luck ring, half damage from falls. Those are good rings. Let's take off the curse ring. No damage from Zora's fire. Spikes, falls. Sword beams at -2 hearts. Sense soft earth nearby. Let's grab the Whispering. Don't want the Power Ring. And where we're going, I don't think we'll need this. So let's grab that. Alright. Let's save the game before I forget. And now we're onward to what used to be both my favorite and least favorite part of the game. Now it's just straight up my favorite. But check this out, with the mermaid tail, we can swim in the ocean and dive in it. And we get new music and new stuff going on. How do we get in there? Everything's locked down. What is this crazy stuff? It hurts. Only barely. So now we get to have fun and explore the ocean. And we're supposed to go this way. How am I supposed to get in there? Oh, this is where things get interesting. My family's been fishing this island since my grandpa's day. This island is drifting to the west. So long ago, it was farther east. Why are you out here in the middle of the ocean, on an island, with its own pond for some reason? That's just... it's just the tiniest frickin' island, man. It's like, it would have made more sense to call it a houseboat. Whoa, I'm a little over here. But hey, here we are in the past, and that, indeed, the island has moved. Zelda Chic says, it's a fishing hut with freshwater store. I began my life as a fisherman on this island, but now the island drifts toward the horizon. In my grandson's day, this island will be farther west. But he had a granddaughter, sir. Drifting toward the horizon. Very, 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 very slowly. But that's a real thing. Continental drift, I think is what it's called. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh! Gotta get a different item later. But yeah, here we go. Zora Village and Sea of Storms. Zora Village! Yep! We got Zoras in this game. We get to see what 8-bit? 16-bit Zoras look like? I don't remember if the Game Boy was 8 or 16-bit. Can you not use your boomerang underwater? Maybe, let's find out. I think it's just because of the button I'm pressing, because B is dive. Yeah, it's just because of the button. Also, the pollution has changed to pink for some reason. I believe it's here we want to be. Now, little kid me had never heard of the Zoras before, so when I got the ring about Zora's fire, I assumed it was somehow talking about the Zoras we're about to meet. But that couldn't be further from the truth, because they don't have fire. And see, there's the island again. Now we're over here. We have to swim under the pollution. Oh, we can't even come up right here. Too much pollution. I know where the dead ends are, I'm just exploring around, having fun. Is there anything underwater over here? Nope, there is down there, though. Oof, not quite. Note the appearance of those things on the left. Those swirly things. Also note the appearance of these shell things up here in the corner. I think we actually have to be in the upper screen for this to work. Yup! Well, in case you missed it in a previous video, that's what happens if you teleport into some... well, time travel into a spot that you can't stand in. Oh wait, I need to be a little higher, don't I? Son of a gun! Look at the shell things now. They're proper swirlies, clams, something like that. They look so much more pleasant to the eye, though. And the thing in the corner has changed to a proper light, too. Yep, it's a lamppost, and here we are in Zora Village with this adorable 8-bit music. I had no idea what Zoras were supposed to look like as a kid. These guys are neato, but from this angle I genuinely thought he was wearing a cape. Welcome, young mermaid! This is Zora Village! Little kid me wished everything in the game looked like this, 'cause this is just frickin' cute. Isn't there anyone who we can entrust the Zora's symbol of heroism to? The symbol, the Zora scale, is a powerful sea charm. What about this symbol? Yeah, what about this symbol? Wasn't that an important symbol of heroism and also marriage in the Oracle timeline? I mean, the Ocarina timeline, my bad. By the way, in case anyone is wondering, pressing B while you're indoors does nothing. It's still the dive command, but there's nowhere to dive to, so it just doesn't do anything. Also, we can come up above water here, and we have this nice little island. Oh! This is handy to remember. Whoops. Why can't we dive here? What the heck are these? Can't lift it. Can't blow it up. Can't position swap it? Guess we'll have to find out another time. Oh, and here we are at the edge of the forest. And we can get this chest here that teased us much, much earlier in the game. Oh, but there's that there. How do we get around that? Well, check this out. We can still go that way, it's just for some reason it's too shallow to dive. It's weird. King Zora's palace is beyond here. I just got a text message and my mom is calling me. Give me a moment, everyone. Jabu Jabu resides beyond here. It's said to be quite a maze inside his belly. Yep, give me one moment. Never mind, my mom was not calling my name. Give me just one moment, though. Alright, wait. Hold on, I forgot to... Give me 1 second. Alright, now I'm back for real. Sorry about that. In other news... I actually have some new recording gear. I haven't hooked any of it up yet. I don't know how well it'll work. Moving on, here's Jabu Jabu. Giant goldfish. Can't do anything with him. Little kid me was so confused about why there was a dungeon and a giant fish. Here we have the Zora Palace with the same music as Queen Ambi's palace. We got 200 rupees! Holy crap, I do not remember that. So late in the game that we don't really need it. This was the palace of our ruler, King Zora, but long ago the king fell ill. Ever since, we've continued on with no king. That which the king looked after, the key to Eyeglass Isle Library, it's been lost. Why continue with no king? Why not hire a new king? Is higher the right word there? Ooh, little kid me saw nothing strange about that. Well, it is over here. Well, doesn't seem like we can do anything with that yet. Ah, and here's this thing. Looks like a library, but we can't get into it. Why is there a library in the middle of the ocean? But of course, we can go to the past. Excuse me. That is a bad spot for that portal. Oh well. Please listen, young one. You may not believe this, but I am the Queen Fairy, guardian of the sea. The curse of an evil one named Veron has made me appear so. The magic of fairy powder can turn me back to normal. Veron has poisoned the sea. Soon all living things in it will perish. Please, go find some fairy powder. Looks like we've got a side quest on our hands. I completely forgot about that side quest. I knew there was a way to clean up the sea, at least I think I did, but I did not remember that it involved that. What happens if we go to the future of this island? Ooh! What placement? Ah, she's gone. Possibly dead. Let's see how long I can last before I get tired. I was hoping to finish this game by New Year's, but as stated, sickness struck. And here we are around the old lights. That stairway leads to the throne room. The king is ill. You must see him. If you must see him, make it brief. The pain. This is the end for me. To think the prosperous royal family could fade in a generation. The pain. What about your kids, man? King Zora's face looks so pained, doesn't it? We believe we need a special medicine called a magic potion to cure King Zora's illness. Where can we find a magician to create such a potion? Well, it's a good thing we just got 200 rupees. I never noticed that. They gave us 200 rupees in the future. That's the exact price of a magic potion. That would explain why they put that there, because it's freaking expensive. It's an anti-grinding implementation. King Zora has no successor. If his illness continues and he passes on, we Zoras will lose our last king. Our ruler, King Zora, suddenly fell ill. We've done all that we can, but his condition does not change. The pretty music. King Zora's palace is beyond here. Take care not to be rude. What are you doing with the pollution, man? You trying to clean it up? The seas are filthy! He actually made me cough. I can't swim in peace. Oh, look at the little baby Jabu! I forgot Jabu Jabu was a little baby in the past. Nyum. Boop boop. You can actually talk to him in this one. Don't think us noble sea Zoras the same as those savage Volga river Zoras. Yeah, see, the river Zoras, though, look so different that I had no idea they were the river Zoras this guy was talking about. I thought it was just some weird lore. And see, we got the weird shell tops. We don't get many mermaids visiting us. This is Zora Village. There's a large library east of King Zora's palace. Yeah, we saw it. Nobody's home. In the double-wide home. Oh, no, that's like 2 homes for like 7 Zoras. And, of course, there is a tree spot here. Whoops. Somehow our Gasha seed turned into a banana tree. Palm tree. Whatever you want to call it. You can find bananas on them in other games. Well, we now know our mission. There's a whole section of that island that we haven't been to? Huh. I didn't remember that. I'm joining you for a smoke, Saren? What do you mean? Oh, did you bring me with you on your phone? Oh yeah, the monkeys are back. Hi, monkeys. I want to be a princess! Okay. That's like 2 steps away from the Game Grumps joke of... I forgot about the glitch. One moment. Alright, I just needed a drink. Saren says they're sitting in their brother's SUV, lol. LOL indeed. Oh, 300! Shoot, I thought it was only 200. Well, still. Anti-grinding measures. Magic potion. That's Syrup's magic ointment. Works great when your hearts run out. It kicks in when you run out of hearts. Too bad I can only buy one, because I'd really like to. I forgot I didn't have my sword out. I'm just gonna waltz on in here with a magic potion. If only I had a magic potion this week, goodness. Is this magic potion? It looks very suspect. But if I am to die, it can't hurt to drink it. Oh, it's awful. But it flows through me. The royal line is saved! Who are you? Well, thank you, Link. The filthy water that flowed in from the east lately must have made me ill. I will never forget you. What do you wish for, Link? Huh? A big fish? Do you mean Jabu Jabu? But Jabu Jabu is the guardian of Azuras. Calling him a fish is an insult. What's your language? And that's the end of that conversation, apparently. What does this other guy have to say? Thank you so much for what you did. You gave King Zora his life. Watch your manners well before the king. He's in red this time. Great healer! What do you ask? It's the same king! Still hasn't had any kids, apparently. You wish to enter Jabu Jabu? My permission is needed to enter Jabu Jabu, but I can't permit just anyone to see our guardian. Anyhow, the filthy seawater has left Jabu Jabu near death. If you say you must, then find a way to get rid of this filthy seawater and save Jabu Jabu. Will you accept this quest? Very well. Then take this. You got the library key. This is the key to Eyeglass Isle Library east of here. It is an ancient library, so I do not know if this key still works. But perhaps you can research why the seawater is so filthy. I trust you to save Jabu Jabu. Wait, what's in this house in the modern day? Oh, they just say the same thing. Unless that's the one I talked to earlier. I don't remember. I guess I actually didn't need to be in the past for this, but oh well. Not immediately, anyway. Pardon me if you can hear me being sick into the microphone. I'm trying not to. I hope you can't. Those who have seen a strange beast on the isle to the west say the beast is always there, never attacks, and just stares as if asking for help. Some even claim it speaks. It's nonsense. Excuse me, hold on. Saren says, wait, were those dudes just locked in the library? What if Link didn't come along? I was about to make that joke. It's weird how often you encounter stuff like that in these games. This guy said he was talking about the east, right? On the isle to the west. Oh yeah, he's talking about the fairy lady that has been cursed. Somehow he knows about that, despite this place being locked up. Zelda Sheik says you disturb their study time. They don't seem to care. They're old and wise. They're patient. This is the Eyeglass Isle Library. Fairy powder is said to be stored in back, but I've yet to see it. Oh, before I forget, if you're wondering who the old person that invaded the Maku Trees area earlier is, that was Twin Rova. I had never heard of Twin Rova when I was a kid, so I thought it was an old man like one of these dudes. But no, turns out it's a witch. It was really confusing to me when the boss version of Twin Rova showed up, and I was like, why did Twin Rova turn into a chick? Yeah, there's some stuff about these games that's a little weird if you don't have the context from Ocarina of Time. The Fairy Queen used to live on the island west of here, but she vanished recently. Surely the Fairy Queen could do something for these seas. This guy and this guy really need to have a chat. Fairy powder is locked away in back, but without another book of seals, no one can reach the powder. By the way, what is fairy powder? Why are you asking me, man? You're the one in the library full of research material. Oops. Indeed, there it is, and there's an old man guarding it. Really funny that there's an old man guarding this thing in the building where nobody knows what it is or if it's even real. But yeah, you actually need the book to move on. You can't just speedrun your way through this. Otherwise, I totally would. And now it's been paved, and there's different people here! Because we opened the doors. I am studying the cause of the filthy seawater. It seems to have suddenly become polluted hundreds of years ago, but I have learned nothing more. Hundreds of years. This is multiple hundreds of years between time periods that we're traveling here, people, and the Zoras have the same king. Welcome! This is Eyeglass Isle Library. Long ago, fairy powder was kept in this very library. However, at some point in the past, someone took it away, and now none remains. Welcome, Mazentius. Mazentius says Zoras do live a lot longer than Highlands. Yes, they do, indeed. There used to be something in back for sealing things away, but now there's just one crinkled old book. I can already read! The Fairy Queen Who Keeps the Sea Clean. That's my favorite story. Have you heard of fairy powder? Fairy tales say it turned a cursed queen back to her original shape. They say that fairy powder was kept in back long ago. I don't know if it's true or not, but it sure is romantic. Zelda Sheikah says, especially if you put them on ice. Oh yeah, they will live a long time if they're frozen, I'm sure. Well, live in air quotes. Look at how nice this room looks. It's like properly built up and everything. This is the Book of Seals. It was once part of a set, but now only this one remains. How they were used is an eternal puzzle. You say you can solve the riddle of this book? Ho-ho! This should be interesting. I give to you the Book of Seals. Just gives it to me. Because it's an interesting situation. This dude must be bored out of his frickin' mind guarding this book all these years. It's like, we don't know what it does or why it's here. Fine, you can have it. And it was never seen again, and that's how that man got fired from his job. Just 2 days from retirement. It's a podium for holding a book. Place the Book of Seals here. Yes. Right 4, up 2, right 2. 2, 3, 4. Oh! Okay. So this is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Up 2, left 1. Up 2, right 1, up 1. Up 2, left 1. Up 2, right 1, up 1. Left 2, up 1, left 3. Left 2, up 1, left 3. Down 1, left 3, up 1, left 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Down 1, right 1. Down 2, left 2, down 3. Right 1, down 2, left 2, down 3. Right 1, down 1. Right 2, up 1. Right 1, up 1, right 2. Okay, give me a second. Right, down. Right 2, up 1. Right 1, up 1, right 2. Down 1, right 2, up 1. Right 1, up 1, right 2. Come on. I used to use this method to make sure I counted it, and I suppose I could have done that again here. But this was faster. You have done well to make it so far. I acknowledge your courage and offer you this. You got fairy powder. It removes curses. Continue on without fear. Do not forget your courage. So the Book of Seals are just directions on how to walk on the empty floor, which they eventually built over. And now nobody knows what the point of the books is anymore, because there isn't one! Fairy powder's locked away in the back, but without another Book of Seals, no one can reach the powder. What is fairy powder? Well, I'd show you, but Link is stubborn and stupid like that. You brought me fairy powder! Now I can return to normal. Sprinkle the powder on me. Thank you, young one. Now I can cleanse the seas of evil. I wonder if they're friends or mates. Lovers. Lovers was the word I was looking for. And now she just becomes a regular fairy. I have the sword beam, and I forgot about it. But now the sea is clear. What is this? Nothing, apparently. Strange. The seas are back to normal. King Zora's all better too. All is good. Ha-ha! The seas are clean! I can swim in peace again! I guess we must go speak to King Zora again. You have even given us clean seas again. I must thank you once more. What? You wish to enter, Jabu Jabu? I wish I could tell you to do as you please, but Jabu Jabu is still young. He's too small to go inside him. You'd better give up. He's just so disappointed with me, man. He can't decide if he wants to see me as strange or heroic. The seas are sparkling clean! King Zora will be so pleased. But I fixed it in the past. Shouldn't they have been clean for hundreds of years? Man, you really hold on to your passions, I suppose. He'll remember, because I talked to him in the past. Thanks to you, our seawater is clean again, and Jabu Jabu's health has returned. All is well. I never go back on my word. I dub you Zora Hero, and permit you to enter Jabu Jabu. You may go see Jabu Jabu. And now on to Dungeon 7. Little kid me hated it. Grew to gain a strange appreciation for it. Let's see if I love it or hate it. It's certainly the most visually interesting dungeon in the game. Level 7, Jabu Jabu's Belly. Also, what interesting music. But before that, I just want to point out Jabu Jabu's adorable pig nose. Why does he have a pig nose? Pretty sure I saw it wiggle now and then, too. Yep, there you go. Look at that. Why does he have a pig nose? He's a fish. He's supposed to have gills. He shouldn't have any nose. Anyway, level 7 Jabu Jabu's Belly with the pulsing walls and such. And now a fair amount of this is underwater, so things are a bit tricky. Ah, here we have a puzzle already. But I can swim right over these gaps. Thank you. So yeah, one problem with this dungeon is that because we're underwater for a good chunk of it, you'll see a lot of item switching. Can't press both of those. What is this? We are out of the water! I got two with one swing. Dungeon map! Press select to see it to the darkened rooms or ones you haven't been in yet. And it is indeed shaped like a giant fish. Well, since we're in here, I guess let's turn on the spike protection. Why do you have spikes in your stomach, Dungeon Jabu Jabu? How can we grab that? We must be in a straight line. Also, I love the teal of the water here, by the way. Well, that worked out differently than I expected. Up! Oh good, this music's getting old a lot faster than I remembered. Little kid me must have just had more patience for sound. Then again, I didn't have the passion for music as a kid as I do now. I probably just didn't care. I don't remember if these guys have shown up prior to this point. They're neat. Excuse me. We have yellow floors, but we can't exactly get out of the water when we're not in it in the first place. Also, one of those holes that allows you to clearly fall to the floor below, but we can't get to it. Ow. That was interesting. Oh, yeah, another quirk of the L2 sword. I can break pots now. I almost forgot about that. I'm yawning, that's not a good sign. The internal flow floods with blue and recedes with red. Cool tiles, man. Cool frickin' tiles. You heard water going out. It just went out like a light. I might need to go get me a snack here in a few minutes. But at the rate we're going, it looks like I may not be able to finish this game tonight, sadly. We'll see! If I am, maybe I'll restart the stream for the finale. The Golden Isle is on the water. What? I saw that. Give me your fairy. Even though it's useless to me. Ah! So if I had come here before I pulled the water out, this thing would have been floating in the room above, and it would be counted as the Golden Isle. I got a ring! That was the entire point of that puzzle. At least currently. Maybe it'll be useful later. These guys no longer pop into the little itty-bitty ones. Found a small key, used it to open a locked door or block. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna go make me a snack of some kind. Break time, everyone! Go do your smokes, or drinks, or bathroom breaks, or whatever you need. I'll be back in a few minutes. Don't let me forget to continue. I'm gonna pause my recording. Don't let me forget to continue it when I return. Alright! I'm back. I hope everyone else is all settled in and ready to continue. I have gotten some... I forget what it's called. It's a frozen dinner that just started showing up in the stores around here. Supposedly a Chef Ramsay recipe, but being a frozen dinner, it's somewhat poorly made. Well, not poorly made, but poor quality. It's, I think, slow-roasted beef and potatoes in a red wine sauce or something like that. Sauce is pretty good, but the meal ultimately isn't very filling, so it's more snack material than anything else. I've also got, in hopes of it helping me stay awake, Mountain Dew Game Fuel Citrus Cherry. It's okay. I don't mean to buy into the meme of Mountain Dew being the gamer drink, but I figured, oh, there's one left. My dad just happened to get some to try the flavor. And I kinda like it, so that's what I've got. And I did remember to turn off the pause on my recording, so I am now properly recording again. Alright. Moving onward with Jabba Jabbu's belly. Can this reach? I do not believe it can. Nope, not quite. It's just shy. Navigating this place is quite painful to figure out sometimes. Because whatever floor the water is on does matter. Oh, but how am I supposed to get that over there? Oh, wait a minute, I can do this. Did y'all see that? I accidentally started moving like this on land. Yeah, it's a weird habit that you can get into if you're swimming around a bunch. What an interesting maze. Oh. I know we got this golden island in the way. So there's more than one golden island. Who all is still here? Sound off in the chat, please. I guess I could just look at the chat users. Saren is still here, Zelda's still here, Mazentius is still here. We got a few other names that I don't recognize. Sleeping Beauty Syndrome and Commander Root, assuming you are not bots, welcome to the chat. If there's anyone else here who's not a bot that I'm not recognizing, my apologies. Oh. Oh, shoot. There we go. Haha! I am the king of directional control. If you catch me making very brief pauses now and then, by the way, like right now, it's because I am running simulations on Arknights in the background. I'm going downstairs. Whoops. Yeah, I'm running Arknights on my phone in the background, just letting it run simulations of stuff. I've done this before. It just means I occasionally have to press a button. I wanted to put more effort into the current event that Arknights has running, but the Christmas season and my sickness both got in the way. So I'm probably not going to do much with it until it gets rerun. Which is a shame, because it seems like it was really interesting. Boy howdy though, the new mechanics introduced are real tricky to wrap my head around. Like, I get them, the hard part is planning around them. There's so many enemy spawns that just show up. That was close. Well, so far this dungeon might just be the trickiest dungeon in the whole franchise. Not counting the infamous water temple of Ocarina fame. Though this does seem to carry similar principles. Now we can go up and down in this room. That was the boss door up there. What's down here? Ah, this room. So we're back to this position. Which I believe means we have no reason to be on this floor. Does anything happen? Ow! If I do this? I don't think so. No, that's just for crossing later. Probably. If I need to cross the gap and there's no water. There's a room there I haven't been to, technically a few of them. Same goes for up above. Sorry, I need to get my bearings again. Ah, yes! I forgot there was an extra room down here. And because I am in a 2D plane now, I have access to both my buttons. Ah, but I can't reach! Can't reach, nothing reaches. Did I screw up somewhere? Maybe I came down here too early. It is entirely possible that I came down from the 3rd floor far too early. Ah, shoot, and I can't get back that way. Can you guess what the upgrade of this dungeon is going to be? Alright, we're back up here. I love that there's just a fairy there every time. Alright, empty you out. Okay. Whoop. Ow. Hold on. Trying to remember what I'm doing here. So for anyone who doesn't know, I recently showed up on someone else's stream with my friend Imp Black Belt. I believe it was called Melee Games. I don't remember for sure. We played Deep Rock Galactic together. Me, Imp, and a couple others. I played for one round. I believe it was 2 nights ago. Maybe 3? Memory's a bit fuzzy. I'm gonna take a second to take a bite of this food. Come on. Guess I could have just hopped down there last time. I didn't think about it. There we go. This was what I forgot to do. Now, can I go through this place? Ah, here we go. Dude. I don't know if there's a way to beat this without taking damage. I'm sure there is. I'm sure I used to know it. Looks like this might be it. What an interesting boss, a bouncing anglerfish. There we go. You got the long switch! Switch places with objects from a distance. And now we have much more traversal options. It's faster, too! Excuse me. Whoops. Feels so good to be able to reach all the way across like that. I hate it when they stay there. So you got a few more puzzles to solve before we can reach the top. Still can't do anything in here, of course. Alright. Already got that room. We've got everything except the left side. And we can't do the left side because we gotta reach the top side. Now that I think about it. Oops. Ugh. Alright. I couldn't remember where that led. Looping around again. Ooh. This place is very loopish. Not loopy, because it's not crazy. It's just... you're going in a lot of loops. Man, imagine if they'd remastered these games like they did with Link's Awakening. How crazy would this place be? Ah, the water pits are just holes now. Oh, wait, we needed to come down here and go under that. Right. Ay, ay, ay. What happens if I go down here, though? Ah, yes, there is this puzzle we can solve now. Which, in hindsight, we could not do above water. I mean, we could not do underwater, because I need to be able to place this. Maybe we could have done it underwater, but I don't think we could have. I'm gonna take a sip of this Mountain Dew while I'm on my way to the next place. Excuse me. Puzzle solving takes brain power, and it's hard to provide commentary during brain power stuff. But also, y'all are pretty quiet. What you guys up to? Zelda Chic, Sarantaku, Mazentius, what are you guys... what are y'all up to? I hope my coughing isn't kind of ruining the stream for anyone. We're in a new room now, shaped vaguely like a jellyfish. Now that I think about it, he even has eyes. This room looks familiar. We now have the 2 keys we need. So we can now go back to the top. And here we see the Golden Island in its original position. Wait, I need to go up. Shoot, I need to go the long way, I guess. Wait, this leads to shutting the water off, doesn't it? Oh wait, but I need to shut the water off to get to the other zone. Okay. Right. At least if I recall. Random question for the chat. Y'all ever heard of a band called Chromeo? Zelda Chic says nope. Chromeo is a band I found through the Game Grumps, and I love their music. Especially the song Old 45s, which is... that was the main song that they mentioned. Very nice song, very fun. If you like classic rock and romantic ditties, go give Chromeo a listen. Their music's very good. Oh, dang it. And here we go, double flooding. We have flooded everything but this floor. Oh yeah, I forgot to explain earlier about Twinrova, why the heck Twinrova was here and what the heck they were talking about. If you play this game with secrets turned on, it is revealed that the stuff going on with Veron and the other game's villain are both parts of a secret ritual that is larger than the main story of each game, causing sorrow and despair between the lands. Oh, I need a third key, gosh dang it. Causing sorrow and despair between the lands is 2/3 of a ritual that Twinrova performs in order to reawaken or revive Ganon. And then at the end of the game, once you've completed the regular quest, you have to go through one final dungeon-ish area, defeat Twinrova, and then defeat Ganon. At least I think that was the case. Maybe you only fight Twinrova in the other one as part of the regular story or something. Why isn't this flooded? This was supposed to be flooded, I thought. Maybe I'm stupid. I did flood both things, right? Oh, did I forget to flood the other one? Flooded one, but not the other. Shoot. I was too eager. Gosh dang it. Okay. Loop, what is this, loop around number 7? Give me a moment. Alright, continuing on. I didn't mean to take that long. Let's go do the cycle one more time. Excuse me. Ow. I tried to duck and I missed. Whoops, that is not what I need. I need that. There we go. My brain. Okay, activate this one. No, wait. Wrong way. Okay. Now we turn this one on. And then we turn the other one on, and then we come back around, actually. If we can, that is. I think we can. Ow. I'm so glad that Jinxes in this game only last a few seconds instead of lasting like a full gosh dang minute. Double flooding power. There we go. Now this place is properly flooded. By the way, may I remind you, we're in the belly of a fish. Each time we press one of those buttons, it basically convinces Jabby Jabby to inhale more water. Or something like that. This game is weird, man. This game is great, but it's weird. We got that last key we needed for up above. At least I think it's the last one. The blinking of those jinxie things is mesmerizing. Ow. So many fairies in this dungeon. They knew this place was a pain in the neck. I think I can confirm, not my favorite dungeon, but it is definitely still an interesting one. Ah, I need another key. By the way, if you hear me shaking in my chair, blame my ADHD. I can't stop moving my legs right now. And I have a squeaky chair. It's a bad habit when I hear music of any kind to start tapping or shaking my leg to it. Can you really call it a bad habit, though, if it's part of being a former musician? Here we go. And I can't dive here. Well, undive would be more accurate, I suppose. Ugh. And now we can get to this. There's another key. What an interesting room layout. Is this room supposed to look like a fin? Am I on Jabu Jabu's fins right now? You can float right over the holes now. Not that it benefits us much at all. No real point in going down. Oh, having a hard time staying awake, but don't want to stop now, or right by the end, but also, I don't know that I'll be able to finish the game before New Year's. If I don't finish it tonight... I wasn't planning to stream tomorrow, as cool as it'd be to stream overnight. I'm planning to spend time with family tomorrow. And here we go with these neat yellow tiles. And the boss key. Boss time, everyone! Finally. At last we can get out of this probably horribly stinky place. This somehow manages to have tiles and actual constructs in it, despite it being in the belly of a beast. Shoot. I forgot I can't sword down here in the water. Ow. Ow. I cannot boomerang under the water, as a matter of fact, which in hindsight makes a lot of sense, because that boomerang would not fly well. Like, at all. Oh yeah, and now because of this, we can come over here. We can go up here this time. What do you have to say for us? No, nothing. Ah, wait, okay, I remember how this works. No sword here, at least not currently. That's what we gotta do. Boss dead. Easy peasy. Now we get essence number 7! You got the Rolling Sea, an essence of time. The mystical song of the sea roars into a crashing wave that sweeps heroes out into adventure. Heck yeah. An essence of time is the ocean sweeping heroes to their destination. Since you seem so relaxed, I've come with news. The Black Tower has already reached the heavens. Looks like a pretty neat tower with a pretty big door near the top. It's also just a big old screw top. Well, those are sinister. The Black Tower is finally complete. Powers of darkness, come to me. The powers of darkness flow through me. The powers swell. Ha! Even without the powers of young Nehru, I can stop time. Now true darkness comes. The sorrow of people shall be delivered to me, lighting my flame of sorrow. Ha 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 ha! I'm gonna eat some food. None can stop Veron now. You can only wait for the flame of sorrow to light. What a view! All humanity can feel the sorrow. Ha 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 ha! No, she didn't actually stop time. She just stopped people's personal time. Saving Nehru isn't enough. Veron's deeds have changed the world. Link, I cannot hear the last essence at all. But it must be somewhere in Labrina. I'm relying on you, Link. Well, that's not good. I don't remember exactly how to get there. You have done so much for us. Our seas are clean and all is well. I offer you our symbol of heroism, the Zora Scale. You got the Zora Scale. Oh gosh, I got something stuck in my throat. Hold on. Alright, all good. Well, sadly, that is the end of our adventures in the Zora Town. Now, we must head to this area over here. How have I not been down here yet? Puzzling! Oh! Secrets. Excuse me. Let's just swim on over here. And we got a ring! Now I do remember the 8th dungeon fairly fondly as well. The seas beyond here swallow up all who venture into them. The Sea of Storms! I can't allow a child like you to pass. The Zora Scale? So you're Link. You may pass. I know not what lies beyond, and I ask not why you must pass. Fare you well. Alright, bye! Just leaving your post forever now. And we find ourselves within the Sea of Storms, which is actually not all that stormy aside from the whirlpools around the outside of it. But what's the point in being here? There's nothing here, not even on the surface. Oh shoot, I forgot to do the continental drift with the Fisherman's Island. Whatever you want to call it. Well, that's not correct. Whoops. Well, that works too. Can you tell I'm getting pretty tired? I'm going to go do the Fisherman's Island puzzle before I forget. Wait a minute, where is it? Where's the fishing island? There it is. And I believe this is another ring as well. Maybe not. There's options. It is. Called it. Alright, moving back to the storm zones. Let's see if I can remember the trick to this part of the puzzle. Well, it's not there. Oops. Ah, here we go. Wow, that was real close. Well, now we're on a pirate ship with a bunch of dead pirates. Tales tell of giant ruins out east in the Sea of No Return. Well, there's your hint. If you go to the ruins out east, you can never return. Captain isn't thinking about a thing. How long have we been adrift? Sailing the seas is every man's dream. It was great to so gallantly sail off to me dreams. But we got stuck in this sea of storms and can't get out. Arr! You've got the Zora's Scale sea charm. Aye, that could calm this sea of storms. How about you give me that Zora's Scale? Okay. Thank you, you're a good man. Ahoy, mateys! We're off to Olodrum, the land of seasons. That sounds... well, it won't sound familiar to some of you, but that's the other game. Aye, aye, sir. Thank ye. Now we can escape these seas. Take this as a sign of me thanks. It's the jewel called the Tokay Eyeball. It's said to be the thing that opens the way to the ancient tomb. I don't know if it's true or not, though. You got the Tokay Eyeball. You remember the Tokay? A treasure of the deep. Now look at the sprite for their pirate ship here, by the way, because this will be relevant to when I play the other game. If I play it soon. You encounter these guys in the other game, and they have a much bigger presence. They're super neat. But also, their boat is way bigger on the outside in the other game. You've really helped us out. Aye, we found that Tokay Eyeball on Crescent Island. Maybe you should head that way. We're off now. Ahoy, mateys! Aye, aye, sir. I have to wonder if their boat was my only way of getting to the future version of this place, but whatever. Not important. What matters is that we get to the Tokay. You know what? This would be much easier. I don't know about faster. Maybe, maybe not. But easier. Except for the fact that I can't get off the raft while it's on the water. Haha, what is this? I found this scrap wood by the sea. It's weird. I've been waiting here a long time, but the owner hasn't come to claim it. I guess you can have it. I've been polishing it for many years, so it's very shiny. You got an iron shield. May I repeat? He called it scrap wood. If you meet the one who dropped it, you don't need to mention me. I don't need any thanks. Now, I think it's implied that this is the Hyrulean shield. It is bigger. It's weird that our sword hasn't changed at all, but the shield did. I forgot all about the L2 shield, to be honest. Totally forgot that was a thing. Also, if he thought it was wood, why was he polishing it? And why for years? And why waiting under the island? The Tokay are frickin' goofy, man. Hey, remember how there was a dungeon in here in the future? Show your courage, wisdom, and power. The road to the past shall then open. Someone's knocking at my door. Yes? Thank you. I know. Pardon me a moment. Alright, moving on. Nailed it. Go. Got it. Dang it. Oh. I want to see if there's anything at the other side. Oops. Not what I meant to do. Oh well. Doesn't seem like there's anything special anywhere, so... Moving on. And here we are. But what is this? Arguably the coolest music in this game right here. Oddly militaristic music for the supposed ruins. Also, what is that thing? With swords for arms. Fun fact, those are the Lionels. They rush at you and they will shoot those lightning bolt arrow things. Magic bolts, whatever you want to call them. And I believe that unless you get the secret-only mirror shield, they are unblockable. There's another one of those things. You remember this thing? Yeah, Lionels in this game are, despite being plenty threatening, they are less threatening than they are in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. And here already, level 8, Ancient Tomb. I forgot how this music sounded. It sounds like I'm being stalked by a mischievous ghost. Cool floors, by the way. Just really neat colors all around. What have you got to say, Owl? Open your ears to the sound of the sword against the wall. Ah, yes. Weird that they decided to wait until now to teach you about possible hidden rooms. Oh. Thank goodness this isn't a block-moving puzzle. Found a small key! The true puzzle here is, did you get bombs yet? I'd be impressed if you didn't. Look at this crazy thing. Huge ancient stone slab doorway thingamajig. What? No, I don't. I'm not gonna. Not gonna let me read the ancient tablet. Just put it there and then have no point to it looking like that. I remember these rooms. They're about the only thing I continuously remember about this dungeon aside from the boss. Yeah, I remember next to nothing about this dungeon, so consider this a bit of a blind run. Just a little bit. I guess we'll go down. Ah. That is helpful. It's called the Ancient Tomb. Ah, yes, and it's built like a pyramid. What? Is there nothing here I can grapple? Okay then. So because the music outside the dungeon is unique to that area, and the Lionels are also unique to that area, if I recall, I used to think that music was supposed to be the Lionels theme. And that the Lionels were much more militaristic than they actually are. Oof, getting really hard to stay awake at the moment. Give me just a second, everyone. I'm gonna rest my eyes for a few seconds here. Alright. I forgot to take my medication earlier. Medication for my ear infection. One more moment, everyone. I'm gonna take that while I remember. Moving on. Oh, dang it. Man, that's a lot of fairies. Found a small key. Ow, not how I meant to do that. Thank you. Shoot. I think I remember what's on the other side of those stairs up there, though. I think that's where the mini-boss is. Oh, excuse me. Hey! That skeleton has a key in him. What a weirdo. It's always funny when their idea of a character carrying extra gear is usually just to overlap the character sprites. I miss those days of character sprites overlapping each other as an expression of a character carrying something. What's down here? Ah, well, we should probably do this first. Well, this is interesting. What an interesting form of traversal. I always thought this was a neat little puzzle thing. You have to walk on the wall. Well, that was fun. Ah, here we go. Mini boss already. I do not remember what we're supposed to do here. Not that. Ah, yes. Is this supposed to be Aghanim? I don't remember if this is supposed to be Aghanim or not. Well, that was easy peasy. There's a button and some stairs, but we can't reach them. I'm willing to bet that was not the only time we fight that mini-boss. Maybe it was. And it was just oddly easy. Hilariously easy. The most pathetic Grim Reaper you've ever seen in your life. Out of my way. Out of my way. Do I know where I'm going? No. I have no memory of where anything leads. Well, yes, I do know the game expects me to just get out of the way of these guys' pathways, but jumping over them is so much easier. Oh! What have we got? You got the slate. Ancient words are written on it. Am I the only one that always thought it looked oddly like an angry Cyclops? Save while we're here. Zelda Chic says it does! Have you ever noticed that before? If I recall, Zelda Chic, you've played this game, haven't you? Just trying to remember all the pathways I've been and can be. And I did not go this way. You haven't gotten this far playing now for the first time? Oh. I thought you was it Seasons that you played? I thought you played one of these. Or am I thinking of Minish Cap? Or getting you mixed up with someone else? Oh wait, the slate goes there. Duh. Now it looks like an angry Cyclops, but with a different face. This Cyclops is like, oh. Well, we know what we're supposed to do in here. I think I remember this room. For some reason, I remember this room being pivotal and important. Whoop! That was close. Slate 2! I forgot completely about the slate system, which is interesting because I think I remember loving it. What's over here? Ah. It's just this. Oh! See, I'm kinda going wherever at the moment. Ah, that's how we get back here, but we don't need to be back here, so I can go back and loop around and go the way I probably should have gone. Oh, but wait. This doesn't lead the way I should have gone either. This way does. So I guess the snake room is not nearly as pivotal as I remember it being. What a strange situation to find myself in with regards to that. Ice? Why there be ice? What? And there's your secret. Just stay here by the doorway and you'll be fine. Dang it. Note to self, those skeletons do not dodge spin attacks. Paths open when ancient words are mastered. Yeah, he's talking about the slates. And here we have some interesting pitfalls. Oops. I'm better than that. Nope. Tricky, tricky. Huh? Slate number 3. There's nothing else in here. This room is isolated from the rest of the world. You can actually see that in the map. There is no entrance to this room, no visible one anyway. Imagine looking at a map of someone's new building and you spot 1 or 2 rooms that seem to be virtually inaccessible. Alright, give me another moment. I need a drink and food. Onward! By the way, in case I forgot to mention it earlier, Zelda said it was Oracle's Seasons that they grew up on, or that they were familiar with, anyway. I've got to do this quick thing in Arknights. Give me one more moment, everyone, pardon me. Alright, moving on. We don't want to go back to the entrance. Where is the last place we must go? My memory doth fail me. Perhaps it is in this room after all. Let us find out. Excuse me. 'Tis not in this room after all. I believe we already went that way. Though it's fun. Ah, yes, in here. I believe over here is a puzzle that I have been waiting to see if I can remember how to do it. Get me in there, there we go. Yes, here it is. Let's see if I can do this first try. Possibly second try. Preferably first. Okay. Uh-oh. Dang it, I screwed it up. I gotta be able to finish up in this corner. Okay. Let's try this again. I'm gonna follow. I think much the same path. I think I had it right. I just gotta remember how to do it afterward. Ah, yes. Here we go. I think this is correct. Haha! Second try indeed. You got the power glove! You can now lift heavy objects. I didn't realize I'd be getting that already. I thought I had to defeat another mini-boss or something to do that. But nope! I could have just gotten the dang thing before I even fought the mini-boss. Yeah, now instead of the power bracelet, we have the power glove. We can lift heavier stuff. AKA, I think literally just the blue statues. I think that's the only heavier stuff in the game. And throw it on the ghosts. Or under the ghosts. Did you see that animation? Well, that was beautiful. But I don't need to be over here. Yeah, jeez. Alright, eyes, I would greatly appreciate it if you would stop being so tired. Now repeat the process. Maybe it's because I can't stop bouncing my legs and I'm so tired. took a power nap earlier, so this wouldn't happen, but I guess I didn't nap enough. I should have napped while I was I was helping family clean up my sister's new home. There wasn't much that I actually did, because I didn't really know where they wanted everything yet, so... I think this is the way I needed to go. I could just be being stupid. Can't really say I remember for sure. Oh boy, it is getting very hard to stay awake. Alright, I just freaking repeated myself. No reason to go in that way. Where did this lead? In here. I have no reason to be back up here. Right, correct. Alright folks, I'm gonna pause again to take a very short power nap, because it is getting very hard to keep my eyes open. Anyone who's going to bed at this time, have a good night. Anyone who's willing to stick around and wait, now is a good time for another break if you need it. See you in a few minutes. Alright, I'm back. Took a power nap for about 5 to 10 minutes. It is now just a few minutes shy of 2 in the morning, so I've got a question for all of y'all. If I start falling asleep again, or when I finish this dungeon, whichever comes first, do you think I should try and keep going and finish the game, or should I come back either tomorrow afternoon, or more likely, New Year's Day, January 1st, to finish this? I was hoping to finish it before New Year's, but if I do split up the streams, my next stream will have to be my last Zelda stream. By the way, Zelda Chic has left the chat and gone to bed. Saren and Mazentius are still here, so I guess I'm asking you two, Saren and Mazentius. If I start falling asleep early, or on the moment that I finish the dungeon, should I call it and come back to the game later, or try and finish the game? If I come back to the game another time, it might be a fairly short stream. And I don't know if I'm going to hop into Seasons afterward or not. I'm debating saving Seasons, either for my birthday or for the release of Mina the Hollower. Dang it. Saren, Mazentius? Have you guys not returned yet? Oh, that was a fruitless route. There we go. I believe I remember this room as well. Because it was such an... Oh yeah, that's the right before the boss room, that's right. And the easiest block puzzle ever. Dang it, one got me. Whoa, those ones went right through each other. I have no memory of that. Part the red brick sea. Oh dear. Saren and Mazentius, are you guys back yet? There's slate number 4. I think that's the last one I need to get to the end of this dungeon. Here we go, things are open. Here we go. Time for the last boss. Saren, Mazentius, you guys there? I don't want them to miss out on this if they're planning to keep watching the stream. Saren did say at 1:45 that they were still here, just in a game with their brother. Or bat. There we go. Oh well. Boss time! Perhaps the most interesting boss in the game coming up. Or one of them, anyway. There was the second dungeon final boss. Oh, I don't have the boss key! I was thinking I picked that up at some point, but I guess not. Okay, gotta go find the boss key, and then we'll be back. And that was the boss key right there, wasn't it? Right up there in the corner. Yeah, that's the only chest I haven't gotten yet, so it's gotta be that one. Well, shoot, I'm a dunce. Here's hoping Saren and Mazentius return. I do not remember the way... Wait, yes I do. Yes I do, I do know how to get there. It's the way I only just opened. This way. Ow. Ow. Yep, there it is. I'm a dunce. What an interestingly quick little shortcut. This must be where the actual owner of the tomb has been buried, and they just didn't want to put some kind of coffin here. Come on, fairy. There we go. All that for this tiny bridge. Alright, boss time! Look at this crazy dude. There we go. We gotta be close to the edge so that he comes back into him. Oop. What is this craziness? Those are some powerful looking claws. They gotta wind up to him and everything. Oh, shoot. I believe this is how we're supposed to do this. Yep, there we go. Whoop! He has to crush it. That doesn't work if it's merely near his face. Got it. Whoop! Changing it up again! This is neat. He's got this shield that he puts in front of his face. He's gone full defensive, aside from that thing. We're supposed to attack from behind. Or if we're lucky, you can manage to slip one between his shields, but that is not likely. Ow. And that is why these will occasionally give you scent seeds. Oh, I forgot about his cool lasers. Now this was the part that puzzled me. I said there was a kid in my youth that I got info from when I was little myself, and that he for some reason lied to me about how to deal with this part. Because there was so much switching up of methods for beating this guy, I didn't pick up that I'm supposed to use the L2 glove here. I thought this was the bit where I had to punch him in the face. What I'm actually supposed to do is this. It's not working. Oh yeah, grab the other one, right. And hope that doesn't happen. Got it. But if it shoots both, what am I to do? And launch it back at him. Oof, that was a weird angle. Dude! Hit me with the other one, dang it. That's it! Wow, he blinked weird. That is Dungeon 8 of the Oracle of Ages. You got the falling star in essence of time. The eternal light of this heavenly body acts as a guide to the other essences. Somehow. Saren and Mazentius, are you guys back yet? Did you fall asleep? They are both still in the chat. Thank you, Link. You've gathered all the essences of time. Now I can create something that will aid you, Link. Please visit me after you've grown up. I'll wait for you, no matter how long. Since no one's here to answer my question, and since I'm probably going to forget where to go if I don't immediately go to the Mako tree in the future. Oh yeah, that's where we were, by the way, over there on the right. So this place that we're in right now, the ancient ruins, eventually becomes the graveyard. How interesting. We ended off in the past of where we started. I never noticed that before. How poetic. There's so much of the map we haven't actually covered. But anyway, returning. And in case nobody knows, here's the advanced shop. I already bought everything out. You've bought it all, so I'm closing shop. Didn't need to come to this spot, but oh well. Let's go appraise some rings. That tower's surely bigger, and the town is all run amok. My body's not feeling right neither. I guess bad things do come in spades. Oh my gosh, I forgot about the couple up here. How many scenes have I missed? Link has gotten better. Thank you. I guess nothing. Alright. Let's go double check with the father. My boy is well, so I can rest. Today I have more to teach. You can rest, other than when you're not farming. I've heard that a nut's contents depend on the actions of the planter. The more he travels and the more beasts he slays, the better his nut will do. We did accidentally leave a seed over by the Zora village. Also, I almost forgot about this in here, which we can now get. It is a ring. I have officially stolen a ring from the mayor of Labrina. And I will go get it appraised and claim it as mine. You have slain 1,000 monsters. Take this ring. Green Holy Ring, no damage from electricity, which is, I think, the Lionel's powers. That would have been useful. Just a little bit. The Like-Like Ring, become a Like-Like. So that's an interesting ring. The Whimsical Ring, sword damage goes down, but sometimes it is deadly. So it's a toss-up. Your sword damage becomes either weaker... well, your sword damage becomes weaker, but has a chance to become just straight-up one-shot. Not that that's very useful here. Pegasus Ring. Lengthen the Pegasus Seed effect. I don't need it. Red Holy Ring. No damage for small rocks. The Octo-Rock Ring, basically. Green Luck Ring. Half damage from traps! What are the traps? Are those the sliding metal blade things? Slayer's Ring! 1,000 beasts slain. It does nothing. Let's go check out the Like-Like Ring. It is part of a set of rings that I used to love. And also hate. And are the primary reason I grew to eventually really want to play Majora's Mask back in the day. Because as it says, you can become a Like-Like. But as a Like-Like, you cannot actually do anything. It doesn't even protect you from other Like-Likes, if I recall. Though they may just hurt you instead of eating your shield. It's a neat little thing. That's about all it is. Okay, I'm getting quite tired. Saren, Mezentius, have you guys returned yet? Link! You've collected all 8 essences of time, and know their power. Thanks to you, time flows true in me again, and I remember all I had forgotten. I'm the Guardian of Nehru, Oracle of Ages, and my Maku Seed can be used only by a hero who knows the powers of the essences of time. The hero who knows the essences of time sees unwavering truth across time and space. If you can do this, Link, you can stop Veron. Excuse me, give me a second. Oh gosh, excuse me. My throat just went super dry all of a sudden. Take this! Frickin' timing, man. You got a huge Maku seed. This should penetrate evil forces. What a waste! You are too late. Give up, Link. Don't you know all your efforts are for naught? And here's Twin Rover revealing themselves. Okay, little kid me didn't know they had bug eyes. I thought the little white dots under their hats were their eyes, and everything else was like a special beard with the red and the blue being their noses. That's why I thought it was old men. We are the Gerudo Witches, Twin Rover! Little kid me also had to say, what the heck is a Gerudo? This world is ours to manipulate. No matter how much you struggle, the dark rites will begin soon. Remember our name as if it were sorrow. The name of Twin Rover. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Link, it's Twin Rover. Twin Rover. Who thought the terrible Gerudo witch Twin Rover would appear? What could her plan be? I'm filled with sorrow, just as Twin Rover hoped. The world is doomed. You must stop Queen Ambi at the Black Tower and cast down Veron. Please. My voice seems to be suffering now. So I'm gonna call it here tonight. Oh, jeez. I'll continue this either tomorrow or Monday. And finally finish Oracle of Ages as a New Year's celebration. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. It's so good to be back. Remember, you can find my YouTube and my Discord linked in my Twitch description. Have a good night, everyone.